what to say about it. I don't know. For at least like when we're talking about my parents, they literally got screwed over by the like the American government because they like to fuck with people.
Yeah, like what? What happened?
So this goes back all the way to when my dad first came here.
Yeah,
So before then, he was in Korea and he he got a scholarship to go to university. And then once he finished, he went to the military. But he
yeah.
took a test there to pass out. So like generally, I think you were supposed to serve like
2 years.
2 years, but like he took an exam and he just after like 6 months he just like left with like a lieutenant major or something like that, like
Yeah,
a decently high ranking position, not like super high or like anything, but something good. And so then the government gave him a scholarship to move over to Korea. And so at that time, he met with my mom, and then they married, went over to America to like register there and stuff. So he
yeah.
got a government scholarship from, I think, from U.S. to study in America, and so
Bearer of
he
the
has
curse,
money. And so he's
seek
studying in Purdue
souls,
for his
larger,
PhD,
more powerful
and
souls.
he was very close to his PhD,
Seek the
just
king.
one semester left, and
That is
then
the only
his
way.
green card expired. So he's like,
Lest this
well,
land swallow
all
you
right, so I'll
whole,
just contact the government.
as it
The
has so
government never
many
gave him the
others.
green card for a long fucking time. So basically, he was screwed for like, like it must have crushed his spirit because he studied to get his PhD as a master's, and then he just gets wrecked by the government because he wasn't a green card he didn't have a green card, so he was not like a citizen. So that means all of his scholarship money that would have gone to him is pretty much gone because now he's an illegal immigrant,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And
Illegal.
so
Yeah,
basically he like that was what was pretty much keeping him alive because he was borrowing money from his family so that he could pay the rent and food, and but the government would pay for his
school.
school.
Yeah,
So now he's fucked. He has no money, and so he's been living here. So back then, my sister was born while he was going to school, and
yeah,
so then right after the fiasco happened, I was born, and so now he has two children and a wife that he can't really feed because he has no way of getting money since he's an illegal immigrant, and so we had to stay in an apartment in in what did they call it? Purdue Village that they call it. And so
projects.
it's like a campus apartment thing.
Yeah,
That's pretty far, but it was decent. Because he was an agricultural engineer, it's basically where he wants to be. And so now he's trying to live there. He's basically borrowing money constantly from his family because he can't pay anything, and so he's really stressed out. And he has to pay at some point. He has to pay for our school bills, right?
yeah,
And so he's doing that, but not through his money directly, but from other people. And so he tried finding other ways to find money, which is like he enjoyed golf a lot. So he took up golf tutoring, for a while to hope alleviate some of the stress for money. And so after that, he goes out from we go out from Purdue Village after third grade to go to a different apartment because we're changing schools and we kind of need a better education, sort of.
yeah,
So we go to a new school called Happy Hollow School, and basically, but the problem is because my sister and I move, we're really stressed out because we have no idea what's going on, and so they're still paying for school. We can't really afford the school insurance, but they just kind of smidge their way through, hoping like with their parents or with the money that they got from their family, hoping that it works. like somehow works.
Yeah.
And going up to high school, uh, we there's not really much scholarship money or anything. So basically, we're just like whatever money opportunities happen, we just kind of try and like scour through it, which isn't a lot. And apparently, my mom told me that while we were in high school, my dad was refusing to send me and my sister to college because we did not have money. And so basically, both of them were on a like mental meltdown because they didn't understand what to do. They had no money. They were illegal immigrants. They can't go back to the Korea because they don't have a passport to show them because it's expired and they can't renew it.
Yeah.
They're just like flipping out, not knowing what to do. And so my mom decides that they want to send me to college, like my sister and I to college. And this was probably the biggest like threat to them because we're all officially like on unstable financial territories. They have no idea how college is gonna do. And so my sister takes up pharmacy because she enjoys it and for the sake of getting a crap ton of money afterwards. I wanted to do art school, but we had no money. So, like, I wanted to do game animations and stuff like that, but we couldn't do that
Yeah.
because the school I wanted to go to was outside of state, just outside of state. Like I'm in Indiana and Chicago is just outside that. So that means
Yeah.
that was like I think if I remember correctly, it was like 35,000 or $32,000
Yeah.
per year. It might be
Yeah.
month. I don't know. Art
It's
schools are
probably per
expensive.
year. Yeah, it's probably per year.
Yeah. So they decide that they're going to send me to Purdue for engineering. I was completely against it, but we had no choice. I didn't know about any of the game game majors here. They didn't call it animation major. They called it CGT, which is tech. What is it? Um, Computer graphic technology. So like I had no idea for a while. But anyway, I did engineering, and we had because we had no. Um, uh, so my sister, when she was starting college, so she's 2 years ahead, older than I am. I'm still in high school. She's doing college stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I started trying to do a little competitions just to get awards and stuff like that to go into college. My sister started applying to grants so that she can at least rake in some money, which she did. So like $500, not a lot for like a college, um, entire like, what is it, tuition? But it was really nice to have it, just so that we can have something. And so at this point we're still depending on, my parents are still depending on their families, which is basically how they're doing the tuitions.
Yeah.
And so I now go into college around what is it 2012, fall of 2012.
Yeah.
And for 1 year I basically, like, because I just became a freshman in engineering, I had nothing. So at this point, this is like we're in the deep red zone. So one of my dad's friend decides to send me to Korea. This is what the Korea thing was,
Yeah.
and he wanted to send my sister over initially, but my sister's like, I want to graduate with my
Class.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, it's this free trip. Why not go? So I did. And for the most part, not only was everything paid, like my flight trip, because the Korean government, like just dumped a crap ton of money to Dongguk University in Korea, and now they're just using the money. Unfortunately, I was supposed to go in spring of 2013, but that was when my class was happening, so like I never got that portion of the money.
Yeah.
But the other half I did. So when I went to Korea for a year, that actually pulled out a lot of my family's burden because my sister was doing so well that she started getting like grants, it wasn't enough to pay for tuition because it was like 13,000 for because of pharmacy.
Yeah.
But I think at some point during then, what was it? Um, I don't at what was it? I forget what happened. Um, so something changed there. I can't remember what, but financially they started getting money. So this time they started to find out things that they could do to get money. So my mom started selling like she does the she was like she became like a home chef.
Yeah.
So she started selling food. So that was getting some money. She was getting a lot of stress out of it, but at least it was something. And my dad, I think, was able to find work at that point.
Yeah.
So it was really nice for them. Like they, one of the he was working at a restaurant in Korea, or not Korea, in a Korean restaurant, and technically he's not a citizen
Yeah.
or like a legal citizen or something like that. So he worked as like a one of those,
Under the table.
yeah, under the table, like just basically like a servant or like a backdoor worker,
Just a general work. Yeah.
something like that. And then when I came back from Korea, we have now established like some sort of financial
Stability.
stability. So it was good. And then the craziest thing after that, I was able to bring in $10,000 from the scholarship money back to the U.S. because if I went over, then they would tax me for it. So I
Yeah.
was able to bring that, smuggle it. Not really. It was legal. I hope. But I was able to bring that as well as other medications that my parents needed, but medications like super expensive here in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. No, I know the Asian thing.
Yeah. So it was a
Bootleg
lot
penicillin.
cheaper. It was a lot cheaper in America or in Korea. So that was
Yeah.
the nice thing. And then after that, the crazy thing is after that, for whatever reason, we had that weird fiasco where I was like out of state student, like an international student, and that was kind of obnoxious. But the really nice thing is, grants started coming in,
Yeah.
and they were able to pay for the. I think my mom and dad were able to get a green card. Oh man, I don't remember this because it was such a blessing, and we like splurge ourselves later on. But they were able to get a green card, which means they were able to pay tax. And
Yeah.
most people say paying tax is a bad thing and like really annoying, but for my parents, it was a status upgrade because now they were able to apply for government
Yeah.
financial aid. So we were able to apply for FAFSA, and both my sister and I were able to pay off a lot of our tuition. For me, because I was my GPA was high as well, and as well as having a FAFSA, I did not have to pay any of the tuitions, and or no, for the second year we paid $1,000 in tuition, so that was a surprise. So from 5,600 to like 1,000, that's that's a blessing.
Yeah.
And then the next year somehow, for next year, it got even better, so that I didn't. I only had to pay 100 for tuition, just 100.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous how much money we got. And we were so happy. My parents were like, "Yeah, just throw that 100 away. We got this." So yeah, so that was a real blessing for us. So my dad now is he got his green card later at this point, and now he's an official worker in the restaurant, and the restaurant owner likes him so much that he was able to promote to a manager, which means more money.
Yeah.
So my mom stopped working because it was stressing her out, but because of that, because my dad was able to work a lot, she was able to do other things like take care of me and my sister. And
Mhm.
then this year, I was able to get a no, wait, I take it back. My third semester, my third year, I didn't actually pay $100. They somehow overpaid me with 2,000, 3,000 extra dollars. So my tuition was like 6,000, but they gave me 9,000. So we had 3,000 like there. So I think that's when my parents were super ecstatic. They was like, "What the fuck?" And they were just like really happy. So so now that I have 3,000 extra, like with tuition paid, they use that money to support my sister in her like pharmacy exams, something like that, like grad
Yeah.
school exams.
Yeah.
And so now that we paid for it, and we I was able to use that to pay for her exams. She passed, so she became a legit like pharmacy, so she can work. And I think she can work anywhere in the like industrial area, not like the CVS that
Yeah. Who
like
wants to
she
work there though?
like
That's
she can be a real person, like a real pharmacist. And so that was like really exciting. And then because of that, um, they were still able to have that 10,000 because of our like financial stability. So what they did was they were able to buy my sister a car, and that's like a high status that we never had because all of
yeah.
our cars were given to us. We've never ever purchased a car.
Yeah.
So my dad is just flipping out, like really happy. And this year, I was able to get another $10,000. Or this semester, I was able to get another $10,000. So that's how I have like $2,000 in reserve. And
Yeah.
my parents were able, because they didn't have to worry about my tuition, and now my sister has a job that actually pays well. Um, my parents were able to fly over to Korea, finally meet my parents after, or their parent, like family, after 20 years. 20
Basically.
years, like really, it was like 15 years of fear that they had to live through.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, and so for us, yeah, you're right. What does this amount to? Um, 15 years. That's at least four presidencies that around four presidencies that my family had to go through. And it was 8 years with Obama. I don't know. It was George Bush the other, and then who was the before one?
Clinton.
Clinton. So back then, Clinton was doing stuff, and then I think during Bush's year it was when my dad had an entire like that green card fiasco shit.
Yeah.
So now he couldn't do anything, and so because of I guess indirectly with Obama, for us Obama seemed like he was working for the people who couldn't afford for anything. So we he was my we are happy with the Obamacare, even if it does increase the tax overall with everybody. Um, we never had healthcare, so that like having some sort of healthcare was just a super nice thing. Yeah. So what does this amount to? Well, my I didn't want to bring up the story because it was like a sap story. I wanted to say like, oh, pity me, but like I actually don't. That's kind of stupid. Um, what I'm saying is like for like especially with this election, we I mean I instigated it because I was having fun trolling people, but in all seriousness, I think people should vote a president if like to like how do I say it? They should vote for a president who knows will affect their lives positively, rather than voting for against someone because you don't like them. It seems so backwards how we do this.
Yeah,
We're
but
vo-
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, vote. I don't care. I just want people to vote more, and the voter turnout still was freaking low even for this year compared to what the past two times that Obama was elected. It's like I don't care who you vote, just go out there and vote because it's not that hard.
It's
And
not. I voted this year. I think I voted for Clinton because, frankly, I'd rather die to robots than doofus. But that's my opinion. But I think that regardless of who you vote, I think rather than voting for someone who's like, oh, I think that guy's cool for grabbing people by the pussy, and like something like that, it's like, really? You care about some sort of like phenomena rather than like anything else?
the reason why I didn't vote for Clinton is because of the corruption shit. But that's the reason why. Majority of my
Um, well, I
that's
mean,
just me though.
I'll talk about my, I like ideas about Clinton and stuff like that. But I think the underlying message I want to say is, um, my parents, I don't care whether you hate Obama or stuff like
I,
that,
I don't
but
hate Obama.
my family were really happy with Obama because we our family was able to achieve, not really achieve, but we were able to like walk towards the American dream where you start out with nothing but gain everything.
Yeah, the American dream is not owning a house. It's making something better of yourself with very little interference from other people
Yeah, so
or
my
government. And basically, if basically, yeah, I understand what you're going through because my family did the same thing. Even though we were here legally, and it was four families brought us over here, four Methodist families.
yeah.
So I understand. It's like the same thing happened here. So for my family, but
Yeah, so it was like really tough for my parents, and I don't blame them. If like I give them so much harassment because I guess I'm still childish. I don't know how to grow up. I don't think
nobody,
anybody does.
nobody does. Nobody does.
Yeah, but like I give them so much bullshit, but I think yeah, I mean I always realize that they went like my
Through lunch.
pain, my pain is pretty insignificant compared to theirs because they went through fear.
Oh yeah. With my family, my like when they came here, basically they had to walk like a month from where they were up to the Thailand border with Cambodia. It took a month, and basically during that time they lost a daughter.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah,
had a sister?
yeah, an older sister, but they lost her, but they don't know where she is or if she's even alive, and they want to go back and try to find her. So that's the thing too, but with my family, and basically it's like yeah, everyone has sadness and stuff like that too, and stuff like that. So
How long was this?
that was back in probably like in the early 80s, 80, probably 81 or
Holy
79. I don't know.
shit. That's more than 30 years.
Yeah, they don't know, but that's they want to go back to Cambodia and try to find
They want to find out what happened to their daughter.
yeah if she's still alive or not.
Are you gonna go back?
No, the parents are. They already have a house and everything over there.
You make this so lighthearted.
It's
I guess it's hard to make like
well, well, a lot of the in Cambodia, like the average age is there's more people under the age of 25, and a lot of them are freaking really ignorant. And well, I'm not gonna talk about my freaking in-laws. Some of them are real ignorant and stuff like that. My freaking nephew and cousins and stuff like that are just ignorant of the world. Because basically, when we go down there, like since food is so damn cheap, and you basically live like you're on your high hog when you're over there because you save so much money. Because a meal, like an evening meal, like can be a cost of like a cow, and we just eat up all that stuff. So, and they think the same price and stuff. They don't understand economics very well over there.
I see.
So, and
This.
including like some of the kids don't even, some of the people over there don't even think that the killing happened and stuff like that, and the genocide that happened.
What?
So
There's what? What happened? Genocide?
yeah,
What happened?
What?
but
What happened? What?
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 No, like after the okay, from the country I'm from, basically like after Vietnam War ended back in like '76, basically at the time the United States government was helping fund like the opposition forces or the national forces, and basically at the time the Democrat Congress stopped funding it, so basically the Khmer Rouge took over, and basically it led to 4 years of like 2 to 3 million Cambodian people being killed,
Holy shit, man.
and my
I'm gonna
family lived through.
Skype call for all this deep shit.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, I didn't experience. My family did, but I've heard enough stories and heard enough ghost stories and everything like that growing up.
Ghost stories? That's basically a horror story, dude.
Yeah, and there's only been one like Hollywood movie that was done about it.
Okay.
Even though it was called The Killing Field, so
Yeah. Wow, this segment before Phoenix came in should have been called Babs and Philsaegan's life story.
yep. How you doing, David?
Yeah.
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah,
How's it going?
I'm getting over being a little sick.
Uh,
Just a little.
I got a little bit of a fever.
so, I don't know if you want if you don't want. I guess we're gonna stop streaming. We literally just spent here like 20 minutes just talking about my life story and Babs. We did not fight anything.
Wait, what were you streaming?
Derp Souls.
Dark Souls. Dark Souls.
Should have guessed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably upload that segment into YouTube or something because I think it's important. It's Phoenix. I just talked about like my entire opinion about Obama. It's really like vaguely vague, like it's so tangential, but I felt like it kind of mattered with my life story. Specifically my dad's.
I'll have to watch it once you upload it.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I'm just like I mean right now like I always make fun of the Trump presidency and this election and like how I don't want to be ruled over by a dumbass. But on that's really me just trying to instigate fear and just rage out of people because it's kind of funny. But
Yeah.
but really, just looking at it like in a broader view, this election is just so sad. Like it's just it's
Yeah.
one of the most pathetic things I've seen. It's so stupid.
But like I don't pay attention at all to politics, so I only found out last night from one of my friends that when Trump was elected that the stock market crashed for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know about that. Yeah, that's how little
Yeah.
I look into anything political.
It dropped down like 800 points, and then but it went back up again, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Including the cotton. There's a lot of stuff that happened, but stupid protests. Who knows? They'll probably pay people. People they paid freaking protests. For
My
all you
friend-
know.
I wonder if we should talk about politics while I'm streaming. That's usually like a frown town subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The only thing I'll just say this one thing, and it doesn't go into the depths of politics, but it involves it as a topic. If you didn't like Trump and you didn't vote for him, get over it. This is life. Keep moving forward. who cares who's president?
Crap.
Like at this point, it really doesn't. Like nobody should give a shit for the most part because.
I know you guys are young. It's younger than me and stuff like that. And you guys didn't go through the Clinton years, and I did.
Was it
You
bad?
know, oh, the like Rush Limbaugh was just getting into his like golden years and his great years and stuff like that, and they hated Clinton, and like all like 2 3 years of like almost talking about like all his sexual escapades and with Monica Lewinsky and all the women that he supposed allegedly raped and everything like that. I couldn't freaking deal with news back then, back in like 98, 99, 2000. It
Were
was
they
all
just
about his.
going after Clinton the entire time?
Oh, they impeached him.
Well, I mean, they impeached him, yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, they went after him after they found out and all that stuff and everything. And like all the stuff about Whitewater, which is like something about like land ownership and stuff that they did with the Clintons and stuff like that. And the Clintons are highly corrupt, but it was even worse than that. Obama was actually pretty decent. He's a decent guy, but there was also rumors about Obama, about like him being a homo or something like that and stuff like that, shit like that. But like, who cares?
what? Those
like-
are just like haters, just random
Yeah.
haters.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like everyone says Obama was the first black president. They said that about Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like a massive contradiction. It's like, well, who's the first black president then, bro?
Arkansas.
Yeah, but like the whole hater thing, like
Yeah,
literally while I was going to college when I was in. Oh, go ahead.
it was always people always going to hate the other opposition party and stuff like that. It's always going to be like that and going to dig up for anything and like how everyone talks about Trump and like the rape case. That rape case was dropped because the lady freaking dropped the case and everything. So because she was like a drug addict, felony, and all
Oh,
this
so
other.
basically, it didn't matter what she said. It was just all
Yeah.
downhill anyway.
It was all fake anyway. She didn't happen. But yeah, kill these monsters.
I don't know. So the thing that really depresses me about this is like how these nights are. They just fall. You make them. Oh, like how I fell.
Wait, come on. Oh.
But like, it's so depressing. Like how this election, like all the other election has been. I voted for a president or candidate because I think I like him. Now it's like I voted for him. I voted for the candidate because I don't like the other one. And it's like what? Like, oh, Hillary's gonna kill everybody and all that stuff. It's like, dude, like, what? What are you guys talking about? Obama? You were talking about Obama being like a Muslim, like terrorist, and yet you guys elected him for freaking thing. Like, you gave him the nuke codes. What are you guys doing?
It's just so funny. It's like, doesn't matter. Freaking, you know that Bill Clinton actually lost the nuclear football. The
what?
codes. He actually lost the codes to the. He lost all the paperwork and everything to the nuclear bombs and everything for weeks.
Are you shitting me? What?
Nope. Bill Clinton lost the codes. No, I'm not shitting you.
That's so funny.
What's so funny is like there's a reason why there's an electoral college because you don't want freaking popular vote to be because it'd just be mob rule and that would be just shaky as fuck.
Because the mob is shit.
Yeah, and you're almost dead again, huh?
Almost. So this is Dark Souls 2. Make everything fall again. Dark Souls 2. Make
Dark
everything
Souls.
fall again.
But I did see a student with a Fuck Donald Trump hoodie on Thursday.
What?
Yeah. I was
I
just
just
sitting
watched.
there waiting to go to class, and I just see this girl walk by, and it just read on her hoodie, "Fuck Donald Trump," and I was like, "Oh, that's already coming out. Cool."
People are just babies.
That's what I'm like. It's just get over it.
Yeah, including the president doesn't really matter. It's the Congress, you dumb fucks, and your fucking state legislature and local.
Yeah.
More than the fucking president, you stupid shits.
And then I remember hearing people, it's like, "Oh yeah, Trump's gonna go nuke it." And it's like, I really doubt the Secretary of Defense is gonna let him shoot off a nuke.
Unless it's the Secretary of Defense is Sarah Palin.
No, she's probably going to be Secretary of Interior.
Oh my god, the representative of women is a dumbass. How do people feel about that?
Then the rumor, hopefully Dr. Ben Carson will be Surgeon General.
The sleepy surgeon. He
The brain surgeon will be the Surgeon
hey,
General.
he won't stab. He changed his profession from stabbing his friends in the belt to stabbing people in the brains.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Hey, it's better, right? Stabbing people in the brains?
Yeah. They can't feel any pain in the brain.
No, not at all. It's not even in this nervous system. Oh gosh, am I gonna be chased down to the hells of Earth?
You know, it took me a really long time to realize that you actually didn't have, like, feeling in your brain.
Yeah, because it's not part of the nervous system. Or, I mean, the nervous system is connected to it, but the brain is connected
Has no
to
pain
it.
has no pain receptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, it only occurred to me when I saw, like, a TV show that it was, like, amazing miracles that happened to people. I don't remember what the show is actually called. But
yeah.
a guy was driving one day, and there was a big truck in front of him, and the truck ran over like a piece of metal in the road. It was like a thin bar kind of thing, and it shot up through the guy's windshield and through his head, but it miraculously missed every single major part of the brain, and because of that he was still conscious. Blech.
Wow.
And it was kind of crazy.